Did this guest really take an elevator 10 stories down below Splash Mountain to a full-service hospital and mall? I think not. Hey, Hoochkin St. Hooch here. If we haven't met yet, I'm a former Walt Disney World and Disneyland Paris cast member here to debunk conspiracy theories, talk about Disney news, Disney trivia, do giveaways, different fun things with Disney. If you like this kind of content, please give me a follow, a like, a comment below, and make sure to share the video. It's greatly appreciated. So first, I invite you, if you want to go watch the full video, there's the user's name. Be sure to go check it out. But basically, she talks about how she passed out because she ran into a pole at Splash Mountain because she thought she saw Mariah Carey. And there were a bunch of Disney people surrounding her, moving her out of the way. And her dad's like, "What's going on? You know, you ran away." And then she explains how the little houses and everything that you see in that area, some of them have like hidden elevators to go down in the tunnels. I used to be a trainer at Splash Mountain right shortly after her visit that she mentions in her video, and I can tell you and guarantee you there are no elevators in that area, okay? Splash Mountain was built in the early 90s, and they never really expanded the utilidor or the tunnels as we know it underneath the Magic Kingdom. In fact, the closest tunnel entrance, without giving too many details, there's probably one over in the beginning of the end of Frontierland, beginning of Adventureland, that way, and then there's another tunnel entrance if you're going towards, let's just say towards one of the Frontierland, Adventureland breezeways. That's, you know, is it behind a door? Yeah, they're behind a door, but there's no special facade of like a house that you open a door and there's an elevator and you go down. That doesn't exist. 10 stories. No, there aren't 10 stories. Basically, the Magic Kingdom is on the second floor and the tunnel is actually the first floor. Now, there are instances where there are elevators along Main Street that do have multiple floors because they do go to the what appears to be the third or fourth floor of the buildings on Main Street. Those are actually technically two-story buildings. However, with the utilidor, you're looking at 3 different levels. There are also additional levels if you take an elevator that's usually restricted to entertainment and maintenance and maybe custodial. That's and maybe some food and beverage workers that's underneath Cinderella Castle, because you have the utilidor, the main level, and then the levels of the castle that you would be able to access. But as far as 10 different levels, that really doesn't exist. Also, they've never had a full functioning hospital underneath the Magic Kingdom in the utilidors. The primary purpose for the utilidor is mainly for workers to get around, maintenance, custodial. There's a UVAC system, I believe it's called, that these big pipes where they do have receptacles around the park and they can put garbage in and they all collect through this giant vacuum pipe that shoot out the back of the Magic Kingdom and taken elsewhere. Also, if you're themed to a certain area, Frontierland, they don't want you walking through Tomorrowland, so that's how you would get to work, is by the utilidors getting to Frontierland. If you were ever sick, you would have to go to first aid. It was the same first aid that guests used, except it was divided. And first aid at the time, like I just said, is located in the back half of first aid that guests utilize, right there between, was that Casey's Corner and the Crystal Palace, right in there. For us, the cast members, it was behind the Emporium and the Jungle Cruise. Years later, they kind of looked down upon the first aid as far as people having to go to first aid there, so they built a facility in the cast parking lot at Epcot and would bus cast members van cast members to that location in the event they weren't feeling well. So if you worked at the Magic Kingdom, weren't feeling well, and you needed to go home, they would send you to Epcot's cast parking lot in order to be checked out, whatever. It was a hassle. I don't know if that's changed, but that's what the hospital was. There was no hospital. It was first aid right there off of Main. I can say I don't like conspiracy theories, and with the spin of, oh my gosh, with all those floors, there's no telling, and the whole thing with Nickelodeon and kids and all that. Don't do that. Just stop. That's tacky. That's really tacky. It's almost as tacky as smoking on TikTok, because that creates an undue fear. Disney has never lost a child in the 51 plus years of theme park operation. They run a really tight ship when it comes to children being separated from their parties and their families. So it's not fair to Disney that you would come on here to create any kind of speculation that children are taken, or, yeah, it's just not good. Good. Don't do that. Don't do that. Once again, go check out her video and you know, come back and rewatch this one and listen to my opinion and how I can recollect on what I know of what is underground below the Magic Kingdom. I believe she may be like just remembering things wrong. Maybe that she hit that pole a little bit harder than she thinks she did, but it didn't quite happen the way she thinks it did. Let me know in the comments how you feel below. Have you seen the Utilidors? Were you a cast member at one time? Are you a cast member? Can you confirm or deny the information that's being spread here? Let me know in the comments below. Once again, like, share, follow, and until next time, hooch on.